In my job, there is one tool that I use like every day to mix music, especially pop and hip-hop music. I think that nowadays music wouldn't be the same if this tool didn't exist. Let's talk about Auto-Tune. Ooh, yeah, What's up YouTube, it's IDs, and today we're gonna talk about the basics of Auto-Tune. So what it is exactly, what are its main settings, how it works with vocals. I'll tell you everything you need to know to start using Auto-Tune on vocals for your next project. By the way, if you want to know more about vocal mixing in pop and hip-hop music, I've created a guide that covers all the basics of vocal mixing, all in a detailed and step-by-step PDF. And the good news is, it's free. And you can find it in the description. Also, before we start, make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about pop and hip-hop mixing. And now for the intro, let's go! Let's start with the most essential question to answer, which is, what is Auto-Tune? Auto-Tune is a tool that allows you to correct the pitch of a monophonic signal, which is usually a voice, in real time and according to a given key. This tool can exist in any form, physical or digital, but most of the time it's in the form of plugins that we find them. The first Auto-Tune plugin was invented in 1997 by a company called Antares, which is still at the top today, and very quickly Auto-Tune took a huge place in music, especially thanks to T-Pain, who will forever be seen as the artist who made it popular in pop and hip-hop music. Auto-Tune is very often used for the robotic color they give to the vocals, especially in rap music, where this tool has become super popular in recent years. So much so that most people who don't even work in the music industry know very well about this tool. But if you are one of those people who would like to start using Auto-Tune for your future project, you need to have the basics. The very first thing to know if you're only starting in the field of music production is that you need to set the Auto-Tune to the right key. If you miss this step, you will feel like you're not even using Auto-Tune, which is not what you want. If you don't know anything about music theory, don't worry. There are some great tools on the market that can help you. Yeah! The first one is a plugin called AutoKey from Antares. All you have to do is to put it as an insert of the instrumental or anything polyphonic, and you will automatically get the key. And the second tool is a website called TuneBat. Import the beat, or I don't know, the rough mix, and you can also get the key this way. Now that you have the key set up in your Auto-Tune plugin, you can start to use it. And the first setting you have to focus on is a parameter called the Retune speed. This is the most important one. By the way, depending on the plugin you use, it might be another name for each parameter, but keep in mind that they always have the same purpose and way of working. For this example, for the rest of this video, I use Wavetune Real-Time. So let's start with the Retune speed, or simply the speed in this case. This parameter actually controls the speed at which the Auto-Tune will correct the pitch of each note emitted by the voice. In other words, it is the time it will take to bring the note back to the target notes. Let's say I sing a B3. B3. You can see that the note almost never reaches the target note, which is quite normal considering I'm a very bad singer. What you have to remember is that the shorter retune speed, the closer this slight pitch variation will be to the target notes. So if I set, let's say, 20 milliseconds, it will look like this. If I set 5 milliseconds, it will look like this. And if I set, let's say, 0 milliseconds, in theory, it should look like this. In terms of audio, this is what we got with each value. B3, 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 B3. Now, what happens when there is a note change? Well, it depends on the second important parameter called the note transition. This setting allows you to adjust the time the plugin will take to switch from one note to another. The shorter the note transition time, the more precise and accurate the correction will be, but it will also sound less natural and more robotic. This is the audio result for 10, 20, and 40 milliseconds of transition time. Tell me where you wanna go, wherever you go, always on my mind, I can't live without it. One go, one way, I don't know where I go. One night, one day, this is all that I need. Tell me where you wanna go, wherever you go, always on my mind, I can't live without it. One go, one way, I don't know where I go. One night, one day, this is all that I need. After adjusting these two parameters, you might feel a lack of human touch in the Auto-Tune rendering, which is normal. In this situation, a parameter called the Humanizer can help you, or simply correction if you use Retune. But what is its role in the process? Actually, the purpose of the Humanizer is simple: to make the correction more natural. Because when you adjust the retune speed and the transition note to a certain value, it often happens that the correction takes away the human side of the voice. In short, it creates a robotic sound. That might be something that you want. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, especially in rap music, but if you want to rehumanize the voice after the process, the Humanizer would be the best solution. Okay, here's what I went for with these vocals. So with these vocals you just heard a minute ago, I wanted to go for something accurate in the correction, but also without losing the natural side of the vocals. So for the retune speed, I went for 12 milliseconds. For the note transition, I went for 18 milliseconds. And I softened the entire correction with the correction knob at 85%. And this is what we got. Tell me where you wanna go, wherever you go. Always on my mind, I can't live without it. One go, one way, I don't know where I go. One night, one day, this is all that I need. Tell me where you wanna go, wherever you go. Always on my mind, I can't live without it. One go, one way, I don't know where I go. One night, one day, this is all that I need. Depending on the auto-tune you want to use, you will find a bunch of different parameters like the vibrato, the pitch formant, the pitch shifting, but honestly, if you just want to start using auto-tune, you don't need these extra parameters. And even later, honestly, these parameters are most of the time not useful.
That's a bummer. Okay.
Before I conclude this video, I'd like to give you my top 3 auto-tune plugins on the market today. Because if you want to start using auto-tune in your project, you need to have a tool that fits your needs and skills. If you don't know anything about auto-tune and you don't have a super high budget, I recommend Melda M Auto Pitch. Super easy to use and very efficient for the price.
$0.
If you have $30 to spend on plugins, I recommend Retune Real Time, which is the plugin I used for this video. And if you have a bigger budget, then I recommend the Auto-Tune Pro, which is for me the reference in terms of auto-tune. Again, all the links are available in description.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
Okay, that is it for this video today. I really hope that after watching this video, you understand how auto-tune works and how to use it on vocals. If you have any questions about this topic or about anything in the field of vocal mixing, please post them in the comments. I'll be very happy to answer them. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and drop your like if you enjoyed this video. Next week, we're gonna talk about... I don't remember. We'll see. See you next week. Bye-bye.